Hi and welcome to my channel. My channel is Gem. I'm Gem and I cover topics about life and I also try to look at things that go wrong, solutions. I look at everything really, and I also look at death. I do paranormal videos, so I am got a wide variety of subjects I cover. Now, in some subjects, I have the qualifications. I've been to university and got postgrad qualifications. But just before I go into tonight's subject, I need to apologise. I'm still not well. I've still got 2 days left on antibiotics. It was a very nasty kidney infection. It knocked me for 6, and I've just found out that my mobile phone is stuffed. So I've had to order a new SIM, and next week, next Friday, I'll be getting a new phone. So for another week, I'll be out without a phone. I did get a phone. I used my old mobile phone, which worked, and I got an Optus $30 prepaid. But where I live, the reception's crap. So I wasted another $30. That's life, isn't it? That's life. It's just been one disaster after another in my life at the moment. But things are going to get better. And let's get off that topic and discuss today's topic. Now, I watched on Tubi, and I highly recommend this. I'm written down notes. The documentary was called, just let me get it right, please. It was called Earthing. Now, you're wondering what's earthing, and I'm going to do a very quick review. Earthing is being grounded. Now, you might say, okay, I know about spiritual grounding. No, this is completely different. And I'm just going to read as I wrote the notes. So this is summarizing what earthing means. Basically, it's going barefoot. Now, why would you go barefoot? But before I discuss this, grounding. When I talk about grounding, I'm not talking about the spiritual concept, but literal grounding or earthing. Now, when you have cables and they come into the home, they have to be grounded or earthed. We, as humans, and as I'm trying to tell you, these are notes, so just go with me, please. So we, as humans, could absorb electric fields, get electrically charged, for example, from mobiles, from anything that emits an electric field. So apparently we can absorb as much as 20 volts. Now, Earth itself is a battery. And in the ionosphere, which is hundreds of kilometers up in the air, don't quote me because I'm not a scientist, in the ionosphere, you have positive and negative charges. And it tends to stay up there. But when lightning hits, it sends the negative charges. So when we stand barefoot, we get electrons from the ground and also from the sun. Now, why I say barefoot, if you're wearing shoes, rubber shoes like Nikes are interfering with us being grounded. should we be grounded? Let's back step here and talk about disease. What is disease from? It's chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation comes out in diseases, heart disease, etc. Collagen in the body absorbs electrons. White blood cells are important, as you know. White blood cells fight germs. White blood cells fight disease. And they repair by using radicals. And if not enough grounding, it leaks out. So when the white cells are doing their work, if we haven't been grounded enough, these radicals leak out into the rest of the body and causes silent or chronic inflammation, which causes medical chronic health conditions. Lack of grounding causes inflammation. Just sidetracking here, this was very interesting, and I am sidetracking because I want you to remember this. When we think about materials, owning stuff or anything, you don't actually own anything. You collect all this stuff. You don't own it because when you die, you can't take it with you. Your collections own you. Okay, let's go back to earthing or grounding continued. So the idea is to go barefoot at least 15 minutes on grass, running through the sand, soil, connecting back to earth, which is a battery. Okay? So it's connecting back to earth. Now, if you can't, for whatever reason, go barefoot because concrete's not the answer, asphalt's not the answer, and say you live in a high-rise building, apparently you can buy earthing sheets or mats. Now, the body needs electrons for energy. ATP for the cell. ATP is a type of phosphate. I'm not a scientist, so you look that up. It's when you do energy, it's ATP for cells. So what does happen when you ground or you go barefoot? So if you're walking 15 minutes in the grass every day, your body touches the earth, the amount of electrons transfer straight away, and your red blood cells no longer clump, and your heart works better. They've done studies, and they found one study they did was preterm infants improve by grounding. Earthing, grounding, and meditation, some say, go hand in hand. Earth, part of the cosmic body. A disconnect leads to disease. Biological rhythms to synchronize with Earth. As I said, these are notes I took from watching Earthing, and I highly recommend. It's Earthing on Tubi. But let me continue. Deepa Chopra says that there's a cosmic symphony. I'm so sorry. Still got a lot of brain fog from this kidney disease. I did a lot of grounding this morning. It was raining, and I walked in the wet grass to ground myself to try and improve my immune system. So this cosmic a symphony in your body. Our body is like electric equipment. So there's been over 20 studies on earthing and grounding. Now, what does inflammation, too much or chronic silent inflammation in the body cause? Remember I said about the white cells go and attack any foreign invader and any radicals leak into the body and can cause inflammation. Well, inflammation can cause depression, cancer, Alzheimer's, heart, chronic pain, anxiety, and so on. So if you watch the Earthing movie, which is available on Tubi or even Plex, Plex, you'll find that the person who came up with this idea was called Cliff Dover, and he believes in grounding. So you can get ground therapy, you can get a grounding kit, and with this grounding kit you can get a ground earth where you can put a mat on the bed and plug it in and be grounded. So to summarize, grounding is putting your feet or body on the earth and allow the earth to heal you. It improves the immune system, it quiets the sympathetic nervous system, and heals the adrenals. Now, we all know that the pain epidemic has led to an opioid epidemic, and this all can benefit by grounding. What's good about this grounding or earthing is you don't have to have a script. You don't have to go to a doctor. You don't have to go to a specialist. It is free. You can try this without a doctor. You are a citizen of the earth. So basically, what I have done is just read from the notes that I took from this Earthing movie or documentary. So basically, let's summarize. Your body is like a battery. By placing any part of your body on the ground, be it soil, be it grass, whatever part of the earth it is, you are plugging in to Mother Earth, which is a battery, and you are getting electrons from Mother Earth to heal you. And when you look at the body, it is electrical. You have an electric system. Nerves are like little electric impulses that go to your brain and tell your brain what to do. And from your brain, the electric impulses goes to whatever organ or whatever part of the body that the brain is talking to. But it's all like electrics. So what have you got to lose? This is why apparently if you sit in the yoga position for a few minutes every day on ground, that you will greatly benefit. As I said, I tried it this morning. My immune system is shot. Over a month ago, I had very bad side effects to a very nasty drug, Togeterol. And for a year, I had been fighting and just winning a germ that finally won against me. And I got a kidney infection. So my immune system is shot. The go from any whatever medication your doctor has put you on. You stick to what your doctor is telling you. But what I'm telling you is by grounding, it is free. Walking barefoot costs you nothing. Of course, you have to be careful in today's society where you walk, but that's just common sense, isn't it? Again, you have to be careful because there are some horrible, awful people, toxic people who've buried things in sand. And I've known people who've been pricked by syringes. You just have to use common sense. I would myself just walk on the grass. I would be very hesitant to walk on the sand where you know there is a problem with addiction. But also, I'm going to look up, and I'll come back to this, where you can get grounding equipment from, because I think I would like to buy some grounding equipment, a pad or a mat, and put it in my bed. It helps with sleep, chronic pain, you name it. It helps. And what's hard is this is still in the airy fairy, realms. Modern science, or the mainstream hasn't caught on yet, because mainstream is still into the big dollars, still into pharmaceutical companies. And I'm not knocking, because if we have cures for cancer and everything, that's great. But what have you got to lose by once a day grounding? If my little video hasn't made sense, as I said, I apologize. I just read from notes I took. But I highly recommend, if you are able to, get Tubi, Tubi. It's a free, for want of a better word, channel, like, YouTube, or Plex, Plex, and you look up Earthing, a documentary, and let's see, I bet you're sold like I am. I bet you that the walk I did this morning will boost. I was told I got picked up to take to a hospital appointment, and compared to 2 days ago, that I looked a lot brighter. So also, I'm wondering how earthing isn't just for humans. Earthing is for every living thing, because we are all part of earth. So earthing would be good for dogs. And this makes sense. My dog has a lot of allergies, but if she's just walking on cement all the time, she's not being grounded either. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure when I will be back on. I'm still sleeping. This kidney infection has really knocked me, and I'm still sleeping a lot during the day. I'm doing my best, perhaps with a bit of earthing, grounding. Yeah, I'll get there. So please, if you can't get Tubi or you can't get Plex, Google it. Earthing, EARTHING, or grounding. Ground, GROUNDING. Anyway, because I don't have a mobile phone, we can't do a Spirit Talker app. I'll have to download that again. But as always, remember, cherish every moment. Every life matters, and I love you. This video has come to an end, and I promise I'll try to be back soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.